Hello, I'm Nate Meadows.
Hi, I'm Bailey Cohen, and welcome to Herbst News.
Today, as the world is discussing gun control and violence, we will be talking about the gun laws in the U.S. and France.
In the United States, the Second Amendment grants us the right to bear arms. Although this is alright, many people still take advantage of this. 270 million civilians own guns in the United States, which is about a third of our population.
Another alarming statistic is the number of guns in circulation. 310 million guns are in circulation in the United States, which means 89 guns for every 100 people.
In addition, private sales are still legal in 40 of the 50 states, meaning that anybody could buy a gun with no screening required.
These private sales account for 40% of gun sales in the United States.
In 2013, there was a total homicide rate of 12,253 people, and 8,454 of them were due to firearms.
I'm going to bring up a picture now to show you the views on guns of the people of the United States. As you can see, the background checks and no guns for the mentally ill are the two most supported topics. Here's a short clip from the Bloomberg Business Academy on mental health and guns.
What happens with individuals who are at risk by virtue of mental illness is that some incident, which can be entirely random, or some series of slights, insults, provocations, altercations, which come together coincidentally, puts them over the edge and produces it. And here's where Richard's point is relevant, is that if at that point there's a firearm, or worse yet, an assault weapon that's readily available, then that translates into this type of heinous action.
3.21 deaths out of every 100,000 people in the U.S. are because of guns.
On the other hand, in France, that number is 0.2 for every 100,000. With that being said, I'm going to pass it to Melissa and Katya in France to discuss their laws in Paris.
Hello from Paris, France. Unlike the US, in France, our gun control laws are much stricter.
In the United States, self-defense is a valid reason to shoot someone. In France, it is not. In the United States, they say you are innocent until proven guilty. In France, it is the opposite.
Recently, in Algiers, a man shot a civilian on the beach and is claiming self-defense. As you can see over here, this area has been closed down because of this. There are many questions, such as how this man got a hold of a gun. As it is shown, he had no hunting or sport shooting license, which is actually necessary to obtain a gun.
The shooter has been identified as Monsieur Marceau, a seemingly mentally unstable adult. Monsieur Marceau is currently incarcerated and will be put on trial shortly.
It is a wonder how Monsieur Marceau got a hold of a weapon. The gun law states that if a citizen had a gun in public, they must have it dismantled or locked. Marceau had neither done.
In France, there are 19 million gun owners, a much smaller number than the United States' 270 million. In France, we also have a significantly smaller number of homicides, set at around 35 a year, while in the United States there are over 9,000 a year.
This brings us back to how Monsieur Marceau obtained a gun. With no license of any kind, it is a wonder how such events can still prevail.
We will continue to keep you updated as this story prevails.
Back to you in the U.S.